So it seems Disney will never learn. Disney is reportedly paying $60 million to Kristen Bell, Josh Gad, and Idina Menzel for Frozen 3 and 4. Just their salary. Now, some of this is in sort of back end deals as well. But all of this eats into the profit. All of this is that budget. Those overinflated budgets that Disney has a massive issue with. Again, I don't care. It's not my money. But I do care that the wider ecosystem of movies are dying because movie studios are spaffing their money up the wall on shit. Not that this won't, generate big profits, because this probably will do. But this is indicative and symptomatic of the wider issue of movie studios at large, paying way too much for quote-unquote talent. The budgets get out of control, the profit margins go down, and everyone loses because they take fewer risks. Things just, theatres, they have to close down because they're not generating profits because the movies that are coming out are garbage. It's just this big sort of massive snowball effect. I've talked about it so much here on the channel. But they just will never learn, it seems. They just will never learn. So I saw this. Could I believe it? Yeah, of course I could. It's Disney. I didn't really want to believe it. I was like, this is a bit lame. Like, come on now. But yeah, this is what they're doing. It's quite mad, to be honest. So Disney, the reported salaries for the Frozen franchise's 3 central stars have set a new benchmark in animation history. They are record-breaking. So according to reporting from The Wrap, Kristen Bell, Josh Gad, and Idina Menzel have signed deals for salaries worth more than $60 million apiece to return for Frozen 3 and 4. $60 million apiece, man. Again, it does have... part of that is upfront, back end, etc. But that is insane. It's insane. It's mad. When you do that, it's not just that you would hope that the movie is a smash hit. It's that it has to be a smash hit. Like Avengers Doomsday has to be successful. It has to be. Because for Doomsday and whatever the next one is, whatever these next Avengers movies are called, I can't even remember. Those 2 movies have to be successful because they've paid the directors combined, both of them, $80 million. And one star, one actor, Robert Downey Jr., $100 million. Already, before cameras even start rolling. It's mental. It is insane. Now, I'm not one of these people, right? I know there's a lot of English people that really hate successful individuals. I'm not one of them. Right? I'm not. But that's success. These aren't successful. This movie, Frozen, will probably be massively successful. But the Marvel movies haven't been successful for a while. Doing that is very risky. Are they worth that? I don't think so. So I'm not just trying to complain for complaining's sake. It's one of those things that it's just the industry is going to fall apart. It's going to collapse on itself. So the figure includes both upfront compensation and back-end participation, making it one of the most lucrative pay packages ever offered to voice actors. So the Wrap's reporting indicates that the salaries surpass any prior voice actor deals in animation. Historically, the highest known payouts include Tom Hanks, earning around $20 million for Toy Story 4, and Eddie Murphy, receiving $15 million for Shrek 2. These Frozen 3 salaries represent a significant elevation in how Disney compensates its marquee animation talent at a time in which the Mouse House's budgets have ballooned out of control, and also in a time where their animation division hasn't been hugely successful. So that doesn't seem very smart. In fact, it seems really dumb. It seems really dumb, actually. Madness. So industry analysts note that each star reportedly earned approximately $15 million for Frozen 2, making the jump to more than $60 million, a substantial increase. The trio's compensation for the 2 upcoming installments marks a major shift in how studios value long-running animation franchises and their original voice casts. I mean, it's just mental, isn't it? It really is mental. So with animated production costs already high, these salary packages dramatically reshape expectations for the budgets. The next 2 Frozen films, for the next 2 Frozen films. So Frozen 2 cost about $150 million to produce and then market. So with Kristen Bell, Gad and Menzel's combined salaries topping $180 million, analysts project that Frozen 3 and 4 could each exceed $300 million before marketing. Each movie, $300 million before marketing. Like, I know that these movies, I think they earned like, what did they earn? They were like, it was over $1 billion, wasn't it? Right? But why would you needlessly eat into your profit margins? It's so bizarre. So strange. Yeah, 1.3 billion and 1.4 billion. I knew it was. But if your movie costs $300 million to produce before marketing, that's $600 million to break even. Why would you do that? You know, when previously it was, what, 150 million? I mean, the profit margin on that was great. That was a brilliant amount of profit. But this, what? Why? Why would you do that? Crazy. Merchandise sales have always played, a massive role in the franchise's long-term success, with some estimates placing global retail revenue at approximately $11 billion, which is crazy. One of the biggest hits Disney's had in modern history. That's one of the only things that they've had that's been a success in modern history. So such sizable Frozen 3 salaries appear aligned with the studio's long-term strategy. With 2 sequels now in development, Disney is clearly betting that Anna, Elsa and Olaf's cultural footprint remains strong enough at least to justify unprecedented investments. It's crazy. Crazy. So there you go. They still haven't learnt their lesson. These salaries are insane. And it doesn't come from a place of jealousy. I'm not one of those envious. There's a lot of envious people in England and Britain in general. We've bred a horrible culture of resenting success. That's not what I'm about. I really hate those kind of people, actually. I just don't see the value for money in it, though. From my perspective, looking at it widely here, it may be actually that they just refused to come back because they weren't contracted. And so they were shrewd negotiators, which, if that is the case, get it if you can. But from Disney's side of things, and then the wider industry at large, I just think, why are you doing it? That's mad. Disney hasn't actually been that successful lately. They will generate massive success with Avatar, because everyone loves those films for whatever reason. So they'll make loads of money with that. But based on the flops that they've had, it levels out to a degree where you're like, well, have you made that much money? I don't think you actually have. So it's interesting. They don't appear to be learning their lesson.